once we have received all your applications, we will just go through them to confirm that you meet the minimum entry requirements that I shall be showing you shortly. And soon after, invite you to sit through the recruitment and selection activities. And I'll tell you what that entails. Cyrus alluded to that earlier on when he spoke to us. The other critical dates are the admission test and interviews. So once you receive an invitation to come and sit through the selection and recruitment process, then you will be expected to sit an entrance test and participate in a couple of other activities, yeah, as part of the process for you to join our residency program. So we do have a 10-day window for that, all right, beginning on the 5th of July and ending on the 15th of that same month. Soon after, we're going to put together all the results, and you should know whether you have successfully interviewed to join our training programs, or have been put on the wait list, or have been asked to, welcome and make another attempt in the next year. That should happen by the end of July. And the reason we do this way in advance is so that we can give everyone of us a chance, especially the international ones, to get their paperwork together before they can commence their studies in January of 2023. And for those of us who are employed and working and doing this or that, you heard Fatma saying that she needed to, relocate from wherever she was living. So we want to give you sufficient time to just get organized, put your house in order before you come in for the 4-year trip as a resident at AKU. Having said that, the bare minimum requirements for you to apply include, number one, you should have completed at least your first degree in undergraduate degree in medicine, either MBCHB or MBBS. Please notice that the basic minimum requirements for you to hold a first degree in medicine, not in pharmacy, not in many other different related, health sciences. All right, we're very clear. It should be an MBCHB or MBBS. Secondly, we need to have completed at least 1 year's medical internship and have been signed off by your medical superintendent or whatever facility it is that you have undertaken that internship at. Thirdly, you need to have obtained your board or council registration from either KMPDC if you're from Kenya, MCT, Medical Council of Tanganyika if you're from Tanzania, or the Uganda Medical Dentist Practitioners Council if you're from Uganda. If you're from outside of the East African region, you're still welcome. And what we've done is, in our online portal, you have a chance to pick whatever medical board or council applies to your country. So it doesn't matter what country you are from, provided you have been registered by your country's council or board, you need to submit that registration. And so for those of us who've been in practice for a couple of years, then you do know that you need the annual retention certificate from the council, right? So you need to submit that as well. And for those who've just applied following their, say, completion of internship, then if you are submitting your application for residency, you can send in your receipt, all right, as evidence that you are awaiting your annual retention certificate, and that should suffice as well. Having said that, let me now talk about how to apply. Assuming you meet the minimum requirements that are listed here, what next? What other things do you need to have in mind? Number one, as I said, our application portal opened at midnight this morning. And so you are welcome to log into the online application portal, which is provided here. And you will find this on our website. If you go to the AKU website, you will find details on the link to the application portal. If you buy the Daily Nation today, you will find this very same ad that is appearing here, and a list of all the programs. We've also made it clear for you what programs are available in Nairobi and what programs are available in Dar es Salaam and what programs are available in both countries. So as you make your choice, you select your preferred program. So once you go into our website, there is further support for you to guide you through what the application process entails. And so how do you then submit your application? Important steps include, number one, you need to log into our website where there is an online application form. So the process is entirely online. You will not be required to send in anything to us by post or to hand over anything to anyone at TKU. All this can happen in the comfort of your living rooms. So what you need to do is log into the online application portal. If you click on this link, then it will take you to a form online, which you fill in your details, and it will also give you a chance to upload what other documents that I'm going to show you shortly that are needed to support your application process. So once you log into the online application portal, the next thing you need to do is register on the online application portal using your email address and your preferred password. So if you have applied for any of our programs previously, then you need not create your account afresh. You can use the account used last year or last year but one to submit your application. And for that purpose, you simply enter your email address, enter your password, and log in, after which you will have a chance to see the online application window. If you're a new applicant or a new user of this online application system, then what you need to do is simply click on New User, which is a tab that appears on the bottom right-hand side of this small box here. And once you do that, you will have a chance to enter your email address, confirm the same, enter your preferred password, enter a security question that will help you retrieve your password in case you've forgotten it. And then you click on Register, the tab that appears on the bottom right-hand side. So once you create your account on the system, you will receive an email in the registered email address here for you to verify that you're a rightful owner of that particular account. And so once you verify your account, the next thing you need to do, all right, as indicated here, you receive an acknowledgement email for you to verify your account. Then you provide personal information. Once you log into the online application portal, you say you want to create a new application. You need to select the country where the program is based, select your program of choice, and I'll show you, I'll walk you through this shortly, and then enter your qualifications, which is the first information that you provide, the first piece of information. Then you need to enter program-specific details. You review your online application form for correctness before submission. So the system gives you a chance to take your time to read through, understand it, process it, and then submit the information. Do not be in a rush to submit the form before you are satisfied. Hence the reason why we are providing you with a chance to review for correctness. And if, for example, if you notice that some information is missing or some detail is incorrectly entered, you can go back and edit the form. Once you are satisfied with all this, you make sure that you put together all your documents, the entire dossier, and I'll show you what the dossier entails, the requirements that you need to upload, all right? Including evidence of your having paid some small application fee. So once everything is in order and you're satisfied with the correctness and veracity of the information provided, you save that online form and then you submit. Click on a tab that tells you to submit. And once you do that, you will receive an acknowledgement email. If you do not receive an acknowledgement email, then it's likely that there is a step you might have missed or something you haven't done quite correctly. You could also need to check your internet to be sure that, yeah, all is working well. So you receive an acknowledgement that your submission has been received by ourselves. And within a short while, we are going to contact you with information on your shortlisting and the date of the interviews. So this basically is a walkthrough the entire application process. So as I said earlier on, once you log into our website, you click on this tab here, the online application form. And if you need further information on this same details that I've showed you here, it's available when you click on this blue tab here that says what? A detailed application process is available here. So click on this and it will take you right here. Having said that, what would then need to happen is once you confirm your details or your registration on the online application portal, a page like this pops up, all right? And this then, of course, ushers you into the online application form. So I want to respond to the question on whether or not you can apply to the 2 countries or only 1 country, on whether you can apply for more than 1 program or only 1. And the thing is, this process is conducted synchronously across all programs. So we administer a common generic entrance MCQ examination to all applicants across all specialties. So the entrance exam is not specialty specific. Whether you're coming in for surgery, radiology, pathology, family medicine, or pediatrics, we administer a common generic entrance exam at the same time to all applicants. And that simply means, therefore, that you cannot be interviewing for 2 or 3 different programs in 2 different countries at the same time. All right? So you can only apply to 1 program in 1 country at any given time. And hence the reason why, if you came here, all right, once you have entered your personal details, which entail things like your name, your address, your date of birth, and ID number and whatnot, the usual bio data. The next thing you need to do is click on the tab that says New Application. Once you select this tab on New Application, a window like this pops up, and it tells you to select the country where the program you're applying for is domiciled. And in this case, you need to pick the country. If you clicked on this drop-down tab here, you will see Kenya, Tanzania, Pakistan, Uganda, and etc. But because we are planning to interview or apply for to join the medical college in East Africa, you need to either opt for Tanzania or Kenya. And once you have selected Kenya, for example, you will see the 9 programs that are available in Nairobi listed here. So click on the tab against whatever program you're interested in, and it'll give you a chance to progress with your application process, okay? If you click on this drop-down tab here and select Tanzania, then you will see the 5 programs that are available or on offer in Tanzania, after which you progress with your applications. Now, perchance you have been working on your application and you realize that you do not have some certain details or some information, or an emergency arises and you need to attend to it. You need not worry, because you can save your application and come back to it later by clicking on the Active Application tab, and it takes you back to wherever you will have stopped. So anything that you post in there is saved, right? And so once you've selected the country and the program you need, you wish to be interviewed for, you go to the bottom right-hand side, and there is a tab that says what? Create Application. So you click on the tab that says Create Application, and this gives you a chance to progress to the next steps and provide further information as highlighted in the earlier diagram that I shared, right? That takes you through each of the steps. Now, once you have done all this, all right, what next do you need to do? So the next thing you need to do is submit your application, all right? So creating the application is one thing, submitting the application is quite another. So what do you need in order to submit your application? So the key documents or the list of requirements that you need to have ready and with you include a current CV that gives us an idea of who you are and where you've been, all right? And then a statement of motivation, and a statement of motivation tells us where you want to go, all right? The CV tells us where you've come from. the statement of motivation tells us why you are interested in interviewing for, say, surgery or obstetrics or pediatrics, right? So this is a write-up that should be no more than 1,000 words, all right? A brief write-up of up to 1,000 words explaining the motivation behind your desiring to join whatever program it is that you have elected to pursue for your specialty training. We also would like to see evidence of your medical school training. And for that, you need to upload a certified copy of your degree certificate and your transcripts. This can be notarized by anyone who is certified to do that. Then you do require to upload your council registration or board registration from the country where you trained in or where you are registered as a health practitioner, or your annual retention certificate as well. And then you need a letter of internship completion, because this is a requirement by the professional body in Kenya for anyone progressing beyond the basic training. You need to show evidence that you have indeed done your 1 year of internship. Then I did mention that there is a small application fee of Kenya shillings, 5,000 or $50, or in Tanzania, we say what, 100,000 Tanzania shillings, if I'm not wrong. All right. So you need to provide evidence of your having paid that. M-Pesa is very common nowadays. People find M-Pesa to be a very fluid and easy mode of payment. So if you pay by M-Pesa, all you need to do is upload the transaction code. And then, of course, a copy of your national ID or passport in the biodata page. And finally, a recent color passport photograph. And when you're uploading your photograph, please make sure that the photograph is right side up. We've seen many cases where someone's passport is uploaded when their head is facing to the right, and you're not sure whether they were sleeping when they took the photo or not. Others upside down, and yeah. So please be careful when you're uploading some of these things, because they already begin to give us an insight into the caliber of doctor that we are recruiting. So once you have all these things ready, please make sure they are in either PDF or JPEG or JPG format, right? And you upload them. I've given you a chance to upload documents of up to what? Maybe 20 MB or so. And there is a section for each of these documents to be uploaded in the application form, in the online application form. Having said that, the next step would, for example, would definitely be, if you're shortlisted for the interviews, the steps that I want to simply explain to you. Number one, assuming you have completed your online application process, the next step would be for you to be shortlisted for the interviews if you meet the minimum requirements and have provided all the requisite documentation. We will invite you to write an entrance test. And I want to say something here. This time, things have changed a little bit. For those who've interviewed with us previously, we had an entrance exam, after which we had what we called an article critique, after which we then went on to do what we call an ethical scenario assessment, and then panel interviews. So we've made matters a little bit easier and changed things a little bit. And so our policy has been amended recently. And the selection process will therefore entail only 3 tools for selection. Number one, there will be the MCQ entrance examination, which is going to be administered on the 5th of July in the morning, and it's an online exam. You need not come here to take that exam. You can take the exam from the comfort of your homes, all right? We'll provide you with a platform from which you can write the entrance exam. But in case you're not sure of the internet reliability or electricity where you live or where you stay, you are welcome to come and take the exam from here, right? But in either case, you will need to carry your own device. You need to carry your own laptop to take that exam, all right? And whether you're taking the exam from AKU or from outside AKU, please note that the exam is proctored. Proctored means it's invigilated. Whether you're in your bedroom, living room, wherever you will be, or in your office, yeah, we will be invigilating you remotely, right? And so once you write the MCQ, I wish to make it clear that the MCQ is standard set. And so there is a predetermined pass mark. We don't determine the pass mark on the day. The pass mark is determined once our faculty set the exam. And so we know what cutoff point students will be shortlisted to progress to the next steps of the selection and interviewing activities. And so after the MCQ exam on the 5th, right? Remember I said the process will take what? About 10 days, yeah? From the 6th to the 15th, somewhere in between, the departments will invite you to spend between 1 to 3 days for you to shadow faculty, to shadow senior residents, and etc. And for you to interact with what it is that happens in the department. And while all this is happening, there is an assessment tool, all right? Just to gauge your connection with what it is that is happening in the department. So it also gives you a feel of what life will be like in case you are successful. Is that okay? So that will take about 3 days. And then between 1 and 3 days, right? And then the very last rung will be the panel interviews. And we do walk you through 2 different panel interviews where you get to interact with faculty and, tell them why you're motivated to join whatever program it is that you're applying for, where you have been, what you've done, and etc. Your attraction to the program, everything, just a nice, friendly chat, right? And I want to mention here, therefore, that the MCQ, the departmental visit, and the panel interviews, each gives you a chance to earn points, right? That are then accumulated, collated, and at the end of the day, we pick the top candidates and provide them with an offer of admission. So the MCQ component will contribute up to 10% of the total score of 100%. The departmental visit will comprise of up to 30% of the total score. And then either of the panel interviews will account for 30%, which means that in total, the panel interviews will contribute what? 60% of the total score that you get. And then, of course, give you a chance to be ranked and eventually and hopefully be selected to join your preferred training program. Am I clear? Thank you. So that's why I said here, there is an entrance tests, there is then the departmental visit and panel interviews, after which you will get your offer of admission, and hopefully we'll see you on the 4th of January, 2023 for you to start your residency journey.